Hello, it's 5:17 and I'm really awake and raring to go for my gig today. Although I don't start for about more than 12 hours. I should go back to sleep really. But I can't. Hello, it's now about 10:30 and I'm going to put together some of the things I'm going to be reading tonight. I'm going to be going back into the past and looking at some of my old books as well as reading new stuff. My intention for the show is to actually go through all of the books that I've written in the last 8 or 9 years and randomly sort of read pieces from them really, but I'm going to get the audience to select those. And obviously I'm going to read stuff from my latest book, The Shy Life, which was only published back in November. But I've also put together this little beauty, which is a mixture of poems that I will read on this night, but also that I have rewritten. And also there are a few poems in here that haven't actually officially been published. They're from my next 2 books. Do Yeti Wear Pyjamas and The Death of Love, which will be published this year. Yes. So that is my main intention for this evening. I have here the programme of events. I'm going to be reading some of the poems I read at the Valentine's gig, which I did back in February, and these are the contents pages, all nicely laminated, of all the books. Although there are 10 books here, the earlier books like Roller Coaster, Junk Food Roller Coaster, that's 2 collections in one book. So to be fair to Junk Food and to Roller Coaster and to the other 6 books that are combined, each contents page will be. Each book will be dealt with separately on this night, and each member of the audience will get to choose 1 or 2 poems from that contents page. Anyway, I'll just have to see how it goes, won't I? Anyway, I've got to get ready now, so I'll see you at the venue. We're in London now, just heading to the venue. Well, I'm here now at the cafe and I'm just setting things up. Yes, so well, the show's about to begin, but as I'm doing it, I better go and do it, hadn't I? Okay. The first poem is called Disco Yeti. Disco Yeti, shining star, he's not size 0 nor under par. He's not the sort with whom you mess, the dancing queen, well, more or less. He knows the moves, he moves with style, admirers gape in single file. How can this Yeti strut so cool? Yes, disco rhythm is his tool. Disco Yeti, no prima donna, he's centuries old, still not a goner, more active now than e'er he were, though with just for men now dyes his fur. A large medallion on his chest, slave to the beat, he rides the crest. Although he's got big tree trunk thighs, beneath that glitter ball he flies. Disco Yeti, pulsing beat. No doubt this beast's got disco feet. Paws so agile, clicks his claws, wooed away to distant shores. The dance floor clears, the spotlights shine onto this dancing Yeti, oh so fine. Disco creature, so suave, so wily. He's 1/2 Yeti and 2/3 Kylie. Disco Yeti, he's no himbo, growls aloft and flares akimbo. Limbo, foxtrot and all the wolves all leave this Yeti feeling false. but under lights so bright and flashy, backflips to music kinda trashy. But who's to say his life is petty? This guy's the world's sole disco Yeti.
Hey.
The Ballad of Tiny Elvis. She was tiny, tiny Elvis, quite as tiddly as a bee, down there standing on the pavement up your trouser leg could see. She was little, she was weeny, she had tried to grow but failed, could be blown away by breezes and very often was inhaled. If got chased by horny beetles, tiny Elvis fought them off. In the winter, if she caught a cold, would get a nickel cough. She was diddy, small like freckles, she no bigger than a mite. On the back of a mosquito, tiny Elvis took a flight. Flying off to Vegas City, had her heart set on the stage, where microscopic talent it would seem is all the rage. Tiny Elvis sent a postcard, said it was getting up a tan, and had met a Texan cowboy in a battered chip shop van. She was singing in a club now, she had got a headline show, and was married hours later by an Elvis clone called Joe. She's a star now, Tiny Elvis, Vegas stardust in her hair. Does she like it? Does she ever? Curls her lip and answers, yeah. She's not so tiny as she was when last we saw, once no taller than 3 inches, now has grown to nearly 4. There's no doubting Tiny Elvis, the brain 10 times her size. She fought for what she wanted, Tiny Elvis, it came as no surprise. She got all that she wanted, Tiny Elvis never smug. Just a pity that the cleaner did mistake her for a bug. Just a pity she was swatted, just a pity now she's dead. Tiny Elvis makes more money since her guts were splattered red. Oh, so tiny, tiny Elvis tried to put her world to rights. What price she paid for stardom just to get her name in lights. Granny Ethel keeps them decent. Granny Ethel keeps them decent, those naughty garden gnomes. She knits them woolly jumpers, sets them up in starter homes. They sit there simply fishing from dusk until the dawn. They have nowhere else to go, they just look so forlorn. But they surely are more cheerful since Granny intervened. They throw the goldfish back now and keep the pond sign clean. Granny Ethel keeps them decent, any nudist teddy folk who go out there to picnic and think nakedness a joke. No one likes to see a bear half-dressed, exposing fur, loitering in the woodland in some semi-alcoholic blur. Thanks to Granny, they no longer get the shivers, knees that knock, and passing woodland walkers are not given such a shock. Granny Ethel's feels the same about the girls there on page 3. She draws them frilly knickers, even though it might seem twee. No one wants to see a pretty gal, minus clothing, quite bizarre. They obviously do not play enough, poor love, she can't afford a bra. Granny Ethel gives them modesty. Granny Ethel knows what's best. Whether model, gnome or teddy, it's better not to flaunt one's chest. That's actually true. My gran did used to draw underwear on page 3. Girls. It really happened. Thank you for coming to my show. How was it for you?
Oh, it was marvellous, darling. Yes. It was super. It was a nice idea with the different take a card, any card, you know, sort of the way the poetry.
Thank you for filming.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Thank you for coming to my show.
Oh, thank you for inviting me on Facebook. I'll go anywhere.
We're on the way home now. End of the day, and I've got to work out what poems I read because I've tried to keep track of it for the website and stuff. So I think it all went really well. So, definitely read lots of poems that I've not thought about for a very long time. So it's been a long day. And, I'm going to go home and have some chocolate at Nick and Ali's house.